Hey everyone, welcome into the broadcast today. Look, if you are a content creator, we're going to be talking about how to create engaging content today. That's what we're here for. It's the thing that Earl Hall Studio has become known for. So make sure you smash that subscribe button. Also, make sure that you tick the bell so that you know when I go live or when I'm uploading a brand new video right here on the channel. Don't know why we're not focusing right now. Something's going on with the focus. It should come in there. All right. But what we want to do is make sure that we are creating engaging content. And you also want to make sure that you're in focus too when you're trying to do these things. So I'll just switch back to my other camera here. A little bit embarrassing, but we go through. Live is a lot different from produced content. So I want to go through a couple things here because some people are challenged with how to create content, what content to create, and how to put all of these things together to do the thing that we're looking to do, which is to grow an audience, to build a presence online, because right now this is the way that we're going to build our businesses continue to go into the future. You know, it's not about TV ads anymore. It's not about radio ads anymore. It is about actually getting in there and creating content and putting it online. So if you're here with me right now, if you can put in the comments, like, what kind of business do you run? This might help give me some context here moving forward. I've got a presentation for you, but knowing my audience is also one of the things that I want to make sure that I'm keenly aware of as far as what you guys are interested in doing. So let's go on down and let's kind of get into this. So how to create a video on how to create engaging video content. Right? And through the power of Ecamm, we are going to change this because it actually should say this instead. How to create engaging video content is what we're going to be talking about today. Engaging content means exactly what it means. Things that people want to engage in. There are a couple different ways that people engage with the content that we actually produce. One of the things, like I ask everyone to do, hey, give me a thumbs up. Doesn't take much for anyone to give a thumbs up. We've got Will Freeman in here, and he says he has a catering business. Awesome. Oh, I got some ideas for catering business. Man, well, we need to talk. But thumbs up, that's one level of engagement. Right? Subscribing to your channel is an up level of an engagement. Leaving a comment, that's a whole other animal. When you produce content that is that engaging, that someone actually wants to leave you a comment, that means something. It definitely means something. Hey, Marlon, glad to have you in the house, man. Thanks for being here with us. So let's go through, and I've got 3 points that I want to cover here with you on this particular live stream. And believe me, you can always leave me comments. You can always leave me questions. Right on this video, wherever you're watching us right now, we're on YouTube broadcasting live, simulcasting on Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn as well. So yeah, wherever you're seeing this or wherever you're watching it, you can leave me a comment or a question, and I'm going to answer you back. The first thing you have to understand that you have to do, you have to define your audience. It does not make sense to come on and try and produce content that is not audience specific. There are 2 different rules of thought going on right now in our space. Going broad, meaning trying to talk to a whole bunch of people or a lot of different types of people in a lot of different types of industry. And then there's the camp that says go niche. Find who that is. Now, the reason to go broad, maybe you don't know what you really want to be defined as right now. And maybe you just need to get comfortable creating content of some sort. And so you may want to talk about a lot of different things. But let me just tell you this. When you get laser focused in on who it is that you're talking to, it makes a difference. There's 3 questions that you need to ask yourself. And this is for like your profiles and things of that nature. And when you can answer these questions, you can start defining who it is that you want to talk to. You can start defining who it is that you want to help. You can define the audience that you want to build. So here are the 3 questions. What do you do? Meaning, what's the product or service you provide? Who do you do it for? What's the industry or niche audience that you do this for? And how do you do it? When you answer those 3 questions, what do I do? Okay, what is your product or service, right? What is it? Then you say who you do it for. And these are all things that can go on your profile, and it makes sense because when people come to a profile or a YouTube channel or whatever, they want to know, why am I here? What's the reason I need to be here? So they want to know who you do these things for. And when you get into creating your content, it's all about how you do it. It's all about how you execute on that. So defining your audience is going to be a very key part of you being able to create engaging content. Because if you have not defined who you're talking to, how do you know what to say? How do you know what to say? And don't fall into the trap like so many entrepreneurs fall into. Oh, I can do this for anyone. When you make that statement right there makes you a commodity in a lot of different ways. Okay, I'll give you an example. I'm a painter. The next logical question is, well, what the freak do you paint? Are you a house painter? Are you a business painter? Are you an artist that paints in oils? What do you paint? Right? Now, let's just say you say, I'm a house painter. Okay. A little bit more niche down. But we can go even deeper than that if you want to get a group of people. I paint 4-bedroom single-family homes. That's my market. Now, when I define the market, it does 2 things. It lets people know who I do this for, but it also gives me parameters to operate in. Some people may say that or may think that kind of limits you. No. When you have a defined audience to talk to, that makes you a specialist, not a commodity. When you have an ache or a pain, you go to a general practitioner. But guess what they do? Because they can't solve the problem, they send you to a specialist. Now, here's the thing. Everybody goes to the general practitioner, right? Everyone goes there. But who do you think makes more money? The general practitioner or the specialist? And put yourself in that position as well. How will you get the biggest bang? How will you be able to serve and charge what you're worth? Because you've defined your niche and now your niche audience literally sees you as the expert. You're the go-to person. They can hire any painter from anywhere. You can Google painter in your city, painter near me. But what if they don't have expertise with what you want them to have expertise in? And how do you quantify and qualify if they're the one you want to work with? Now, if you're a painter, we can go deeper into this. You want to create content on the type of stuff you paint. You want to create content on you painting the houses that you paint. You want to create content on why you select the brand of paint that you select, why you select the brushes, the rollers, the tape. You see how this gets deeper and deeper? And when you start creating content in your market around the how and the why you do what it is that you do, you start drawing in some very interesting folks. They're able to see that you're the person they want to work with. Now, obviously, this goes far beyond just a couple posts, a month. Content creation is your marketing. Content creation is your marketing. I want to let everybody know, make sure that you do check out the website, earlhallstudio.com. You want to go there. I've got some stuff there for you that you want to check out. A lot of things coming too. I broadcast live here for you every Thursday. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel and you'll get notified whenever we go live. Mayas is saying, I love selling toys and making custom dolls for collectors and posting videos about them. Hey, that's awesome. And that is literally what you need to do on a very consistent basis. When you're a content creator, you want to have a schedule of how it is that you're going to put out this content. And I've just learned over time, if you don't have a schedule to put out content, you may not put it out. And the other reason that you want to make sure that you have a schedule to put out content is because the hardest part about, for me anyway, may be different for you. The hardest part about producing content is the planning of what it is that I'm going to produce. It's the planning. These words that you're seeing just didn't happen that are on screen. I had to go figure this stuff out. I had to say, okay, what is it that I want to present? How do I want to present it? What are the things that I literally want to make sure that I say? The planning part of the content production, I don't care if we're talking about a 15 or 20-minute video or live stream, or if we're talking about a 1-minute short or a 30-second reel. It doesn't matter. The planning has to go into it in order for the thing to get accomplished. And when you, what's the old adage they used to say all the time? If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. I've lived that. I literally have lived that. So you want to make sure in all of this that we're talking about that you are planning. Thanks so much, Marlon. I definitely appreciate the compliment. All right, so what's the next thing here? Plan ahead and create a story. Come up with a clear plan, storyline, and structure for your video or your content. Plan this thing out. Because if you try and wing it, and you continually try and wing it, you're going to look like you actually don't know what you're talking about. The only reason I started even talking about the planning thing because I knew that was coming up. Because why? Because I planned to talk about these things. What is it that you think is the most difficult thing for you? I want to see this in the comments. What do you think is the most difficult thing for you to do when it comes to content creation? Is it understanding software or video editing or production? Is it understanding the gear that you might want to use? Is it understanding how to do these planning sessions that you need to do in order to make sure that you're putting out the content that you want to put out? Let me know in the comments right now in the chat, what's happening with you? Where are you stuck? Because there's a reason why you even bothered to watch this video. So what are the issues you're having? Whether you're watching me live or whether you're watching the replay of this, I would love to be able to dig in with you and discover this. It's one of the things, there's so many different pieces of gear. I put out a video earlier today, just showing my studio setup. And someone asked the question about my teleprompter that I have. And it's one of those things where having a teleprompter can help. Once you really learn how to use it, you may want to create a piece of content, but you may feel like if you have a script, you can actually do it much better as opposed to just getting in front of a camera like I am right now and just talking about certain points. Having a teleprompter, and if anyone's interested in like the teleprompter that I use, you can hit me up or whatever, shoot me a message and I'll definitely send you that link. If you watch the video I made earlier, actually today, posted earlier today, I should say, it shows all the gear that I have and actually shows my teleprompter on one of the cameras that I'm using. Having that teleprompter saves me sometimes. It's not often that I use it, but if I have to create what's called something like a sales video, let's just say, a sales video for a client, or especially if it's for a client and I don't know their industry, we work out a script where we can actually do this thing together. And I know the words I need to say because we've had an interview session, and you have the ability to work with me on all of these things as well. If you go to Earl Hall Studio and you're having issues or you want some help with creating content, planning your structure or anything like that, you can set up a one-on-one with me. I believe it's free for like 30 minutes, and you can set that up. And if you want to get with me so that we can actually dive into some of the areas that may have you kind of stumped or stuck or confused that I can help you get through, I would love to sit with you on Zoom and talk about those things. Because if you're stuck, and this is what happens, entrepreneurs, we're hype, we get into the things that we're doing, and then if we run up against a problem, sometimes what we do is we back up, or we stop, we quit, or we slow down. You'll hear me talk the more you listen to me. I have this book. It's by Ryan. I can't remember his last name. It's called The Obstacle is the Way. Those things that have you stuck right now are literally the way for you to get to your success. Whatever has you stumped right now, whatever has you confused right now, whatever is halting your ability to produce content, once you overcome that, you're going to be well on your way. Now, there will be more obstacles that'll come. Believe me, because creating content, it is not the easiest thing in the world. Excuse me, especially if you've been doing it for a while, you'll have what's called writer's block, right? Or content creator's block, where, well, I've made these videos. I have approaching 700 videos on YouTube. How much more can I talk, right? But you will come up against these obstacles and you just have to get unstuck where you are. And there's certain strategies and tactics that you can use to do that. There is a lot to consider when it comes to creating content. What type of microphone are you going to use? What type of camera are you going to use? If you're using a DSLR camera, what type of lens are you going to use? If you're using your cell phone, what kind of tripod or holder are you going to use in order to start creating content? And please do not let the lack of gear stop you from creating content. One of the things that I always say is that all you need is a microphone, a camera, and a solution to a problem to create content. A microphone, a camera, and a solution to a problem. And if you have one of these bad boys, which is a smartphone, you have two of those things already, a microphone and a camera. Now all you need to do is hit record and start bringing your solutions to problems. Now, when I'm talking about solutions to problems, it goes to who it is that your core audience is. What are their problems that they're having? What are the issues that they need to solve? What are the things that are, if your audience is people that are in sales and they're trying to make more sales, then you have to understand that audience and those problems that they come up against. If you love making costumes for dolls, for collectors, well, what are those collectors? Where are they hanging out and what are they talking about? What are the problems and the issues that they're having with their doll clothes, right? What are the problems and issues that they're having that you can literally help them solve? This is where your content comes from, is right there. Mayas is saying, I think that getting back in momentum of shooting videos is my biggest issue. Well, here's the thing. You have to plan this out. Like, you might want to take this weekend and say, you know what? I'm going to develop a plan here. I'm going to produce one nice piece of content every week. Pick a day. Every Wednesday, I'm going to produce a piece of content. But what you have to do this weekend is you need to list out 10 topics that you can teach on. 10 topics that your core audience, wants to know about. Based on whether it is that you poll them, like a lot of times you guys have seen, and some of you have participated in some of the polls that I've put out on my YouTube channel. You've seen them. I just ask questions and you guys vote on what it is that you want to know about. I do that every week. And if you can't poll your audience and you're like maybe just starting out or whatever, you're probably already in groups. Whether it's Facebook groups, you're probably watching things on YouTube around whatever your topic is. You're already engaged in it. Participate in those groups. Look at the questions that are being asked in those groups. Look in the comment section of those groups. See what people are asking and engage in that. And this weekend, you could look at all your groups you're in. You can come up with 10 topics to cover where you're making 1 video a week and you'll have 10 topics for the next 10 weeks. If you want to get back in momentum, do exactly what it is I'm saying. I'm not just talking to Myas either. It's all of us. You lose momentum, you got to do the work to get back in momentum. And usually what happens is because we've stopped doing the investigating that we need to do, that we continue to get stuck with that. Make sure, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do, and give me a thumbs up. If this information you're finding valuable that I'm giving to you on this evening, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up as well, and leave me a comment and let me know how you've liked the information. Now, the third thing you have to do is promote your videos. Once your video is complete, promote it via various channels such as social media and email. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you one of my best strategies and tactics for building the audience that I'm building. And this is what it comes down to. And you'll see, once I tell you this, you'll see that this is what I do. Especially if you follow me closely on YouTube in particular and on Instagram. For instance, I'm making this one piece of content right now. This is long format content. We're 21 minutes in, 22 minutes, 50 seconds in, right? I'll probably be here for another few minutes, but this is a long format. Anything over 3 minutes is considered long format, okay? So I will take this video, and in order to promote this video, I will chop this long format content into what on YouTube we call shorts, whether it's 15 seconds to 60 seconds long. I'll put it on Instagram in reel format, R-E-E-L, an Instagram reel, where it'll be 15 seconds to 1 minute long. I'll put it on TikTok. But from this piece of content that I'm producing right now, I'll get at a minimum 5 micro pieces of content that are anywhere from 15 seconds to a minute long. And then during the next few days, what I'll do is I'll post, if I get 5 pieces of content, I'll post 1 of those shorts a day on all of my social media channels. All of them. Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube Shorts, Twitter, so that it drives that interest and drives that traffic. Every single week, that is what I do with the long format content that I create. And that short format content that comes from it are my promo pieces. They're my promo pieces. This is how you do it. Thanks for the thumbs up, Marlon. Definitely appreciate it. And you are more than welcome, Myas. Thank you so much for that. When it comes down to promoting your video, 1, you have to be in constant promo mode. You do. Once a day, a couple of times a day, you want to be promoting it the way I just shared with you how I do it. That's how I do it. Now, also from those short clips, 15 seconds to 30 seconds, there are times, which I'll probably do with this one, where I'll make an image like slide, like carousel, explaining how to create engaging video content. And I'll make pictures, right? I'll have a title screen. It'll be an image. How to create engaging video content. You'll swipe left. It'll say define your audience. Swipe left again. Plan ahead and create. Swipe left, promote. Swipe left, make sure you visit Earl Hall Studio. There are things that can come out of producing long format content that you can create smaller pieces of content. I could literally transcribe this entire video and it's a blog post. Now I'm promoting that. And everything is driving traffic back to my main source where I want to build my audience. Did this make sense to anyone, what I talked about? I just want to know if this literally made sense. let me know that what I've went through with you today made sense, because creating content is one of those things where sometimes you can get lost in the weeds. You can, even if you're familiar with something like a Chat GPT, you can go to Chat GPT and just type in, what are some topics that I can create videos around for doll making? What are some topics or some videos I can make around being a house painter? There are things that we have at our disposal right now. And coming up, I probably will in the future talk more about AI, artificial intelligence, how I use things like ChatGPT, things called Descript, and other things to create the content that I create. But when it comes down to it, we have a plethora of resources at our disposal to make sure that we never have to be stuck where it is that we are. So if this has been valuable to you, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please make sure that you do subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you also visit me at earlhallstudio.com. If you want to set up a one-on-one with me, we can do that. You can do that from that website, earlhallstudio.com. And let's start making a plan, right? Let's start making a plan. You've sat here for the past 26 minutes. You've watched this video. And this is what I want to encourage folks to do. Stop consuming information without executing the information you get. It's a waste of your time. Stop consuming information and not executing on the information you get. You've gotten some things here today that you can execute on. Go do it. And what would hold you back from doing what I suggested to do this coming Saturday with creating your plan for next week? What would hold you back other than you? This is the thing, right? So look, I want to thank you for being here with me today. Definitely appreciate you. I can go back to my little main camera here. Definitely appreciate you being here with me today. Visit earlhallstudio.com. You can find me pretty much on all the social media platforms at Earl Hall Studio. You can follow me there on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, what else? All of them. You can follow me there at Earl Hall Studio. Malai's saying, yes, I get it. Focus, research, and promote. I'm getting unstuck. Thank you. You are more than welcome. Andra saying, been procrastinating for a long time. All right, well, we can stop all of that. But I want to thank everybody for being here with me today. And you guys are awesome and amazing. I'm here for you every Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you get notified. And I'll see you on the next episode. You take care.